students, welcome to the online session or the subject of structural analysis. This subject of structural analysis is mainly for the student of structural engineering. Basically, in design of any kind of a structure, first of all, analysis is required to be done. If the analysis of the structure is done properly, then the design of the structure can be done properly. So basically, we can say that structural analysis is very important subject for the structural engineering students. So let's start with this important subject of structural analysis. So 3, 2, 1, let's start. Hello students, welcome to the online session for the subject of structural analysis. Today we will be starting with a new chapter, a very important topic in our analysis. Okay, and here the name of the topic is moment distribution method. It is a very important topic while we are analyzing the structure, particularly in a 2D portal frame. It is very much effective in analyzing the bending moments and the shear force in a portal frame. Okay, we all know that in a portal frame mainly it consists of a beam and the columns and such kind of connections. So the connections are also very much important and the joints are also very much important, and with the help of these joints we can find the members, and from the members we can find the moments with the help of moment distribution method. So this is a summarized discussion of the moment distribution method. Let's start with the effective discussion. Basically, in this session, we are going to discuss the introduction of the moment distribution method. Then we will be discussing some important terms. After that, we will be also discussing the sign conventions, how the sign convention will be there and how we will be taking the signs. Hence, on which side there will be a positive sign and on which side there will be a negative sign. So that can be done from this. Okay, and at the end, a very important term, that is the fixed end moment. Fixed end moment we will be calculating for our moment distribution method. So let's start with the first topic, that is the introduction. Basically, the moment distribution method was first introduced by the Professor Hardy Cross of Illinois University in 1930. It was first founded in the 1930. Okay. This method provides a convenient mean of analyzing the statically indeterminate beams and rigid frames. Particularly, I am telling that this moment distribution method is very much effective while analyzing a portal frame. It is very much useful and it is very much easy also in comparison with the other methods like slope deflection method or Carney's method. There are many methods. All the students will be knowing that there are many methods for analyzing the structure. But out of that, the moment distribution method is very much important also. It is very much effective also. It is having a precise result also, and it is also not as much as tedious as the other methods have. The results that we are getting while analyzing a structure with the help of moment distribution method will be much accurate result. Okay, it is used when the number of redundants are large and when the other methods are become tedious, and the redundants are very much large, knowns are very much large. At that time, this moment distribution method is very much effective in finding the unknowns, means the bending moment, the shear. Okay, and based on that we can draw the bending moment, the shear force diagram. That will be very much useful for designing, because for the design we require the shear force and bending moment, and based on that we are providing the reinforcement. So with the help of this moment distribution method we will be finding out those required moments. Okay, at different sections there will be different moments, so that can be obtained from the moment distribution method. Okay, distribution method, the important term is this stiffness. Okay, stiffness is very much important term. Based on that we will be finding the distribution factor. So first let's discuss that what is the stiffness. Basically, the moment required to produce a unit rotation or a slope at a simply supported end of a member is called the stiffness. Means in order to provide a unit rotation at a particular point, the moment that we needed is nothing but the stiffness. We can say that in a simple way, that force required to create a unit displacement means what is the external force that is needed so that we can get a unit displacement. The displacement can be either unit rotation or it can be either a unit displacement in vertical direction also. So this is a concept of the stiffness. Here basically the stiffness is being denoted by capital K. Okay. So this is the stiffness. Its general formula is K is equal to M upon theta, or we can say that K is equal to F upon Y. F will be the force and Y will be unit displacement. Okay, when we are considering the force, or when we are considering the moment, at that time M will be the moment and the theta will be the unit rotation. So in this way we will be finding the stiffness. Stiffness can be obtained when both ends are hinged, and stiffness can be also obtained when the both ends are fixed. In different conditions, in different conditions of the support, there will be the different kind of stiffness. So let's discuss that. So you can see over here, we have a simply supported beam which is having a hinges at the both the ends. At A point also we are having the hinges, and the B point also we are having the hinge. Okay, and in order to find the stiffness, we are providing M moment at A. You can see that the moment M rotation is being provided at A. So because of that, the deflection will be also occurring. You can see that rotation has occurred at both A joint also and both at the B joint also. At A joint, the rotation is theta AB, and at B joint, the rotation is theta BA. Okay. So ultimately we can say that the formula of the stiffness is load applied per unit displacement. Here we are applying the moment. So we have written MAB, and the unit displacement that is being taking place is theta AB. So ultimately K is equal to MAB upon theta AB, and its formula is 3EI by L. Okay. So I want to share an important note while discussing these hinges are the moment required at A to induce unit rotation is 3EI by L. Why? Because the moment that is being, we can say that the moment that is required at A for unit rotation at A is 3EI by L. The reason is only that when the far end B is free to rotate, means we can say that whenever the far end is hinged, at that time at particular joint the stiffness will be equal to 3EI by L. Okay, and here this moment, that is the moment required to induce unit rotation, is called the stiffness, that is denoted by K. Okay, further discussing by different supports, if we are having one hinge support and the next support is fixed, so we will be providing the moment M at joint A. You can see over here. Because of this, the rotation, the displacement at A will be theta AB, and at the same time there will be no displacement at B, because at joint B we are having the fixed conditions. Okay. So we will be applying moment at A. So MAB will be equal to 2EI by L in bracket 2 theta AB plus 0. Basically from this formula, this MAB is equal to 2EI by L 2 theta AB plus 0. From this we are nothing but we are finding the stiffness. Okay, we can modify this equation, we can make it simpler, and we can make MAB upon theta AB as a on single side. So when we are putting, or we can say that we are simplifying in such a way that theta AB comes in the denominator below MAB, then our final equation will be 4EI by L. So this is also nothing but an equation of the stiffness, and from this one thing is clear that whenever your far end is fixed, at that time the stiffness at a particular point will be 4 EI by L. Here you can see that our A is hinged and the B is fixed. So, considering the stiffness at A, the far end B is fixed. So, from this we can say that the stiffness will be 4 EI by L at A. Okay. The moment required at A to induce a unit rotation is 4 EI by L, and here basically the far end is fixed against the rotation. So, yes, this thing you have to consider. Whenever your far end is hinged, your stiffness will be 3 EI by L, and whenever your far end is fixed, at that time your stiffness will be 4 EI by L. Okay. So, this is the thing, and it is very much important to find the stiffness, because from the stiffness we will be moving towards the distribution factor. Okay. Okay. So, there is also another important term, that is the carryover factor. Okay. A moment applied at the near end induces a fixed far end at the moment equal to its half of its magnitude in the same direction. Basically, the joint which is nearby to a particular joint, it will be transferring its moment that are being induced. Okay, and that will be transferred to the adjacent member, and the intensity will be half of what the moment has occurred at a particular point. For example, if we have a B joint and adjacent to that we have A and C, then half of its moment will be distributed to A and to C. Okay. So, if M is moment, then M by 2 will be transferred to A and M by 2 will be transferred to C. In this way, the adjacent span, the adjacent members will be having we can say the transferring of the particular joint moment. Half of the moment is applied at a near end is carried over to the fixed far end. Okay. Mainly the carryover factor is 1 by 2 only. Okay. So, whenever you are transferring, we are carryovering in this moment distribution table, your carryover will be 1 by 2 only of the occurring moment. Okay. Next is distribution factor. The factor by which the applied moment has been distributed to the member is termed as a distribution factor. Distribution factor is very much important. Okay. Basically, it is a factor through which or by which the moments applied is distributed. I want to say that the distribution factor, the summation of the distribution factor in a particular joint will be equal to 1 only. The summation of the distribution factor at a particular joint will be equal to 1 only. For example, if we are having a span A, B and C and B is the joint. So, BA, the distribution factor at the BA and the distribution factor of BC. Whenever we are totaling this distribution factor of BA and BC, it should be equal to 1 only. So, in this way, the distribution factor is being taken. And distribution factor's formula is K upon summation of K. Means in a particular joint, whatever the member it will be having, we have to find its individual stiffness, and after that we have to do the summation on also, and we have to take the ratio of the individual stiffness by the summation of all the stiffness. So, this concept you should keep in mind while you are performing an example or analyzing a portal frame with the help of moment distribution method. Okay, you can see over here that we have whenever we are having several spans, or we can say that we are several members are being meeting at a particular joint. At that time, for example, particular there will be a one member or one joint. We are named as 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we will be having a moment at 1 will be equal to 3 EI upon L1 into theta. Okay, means K1 into theta. Similarly, at M2 also 4 E2 I2 upon L2 theta, that is K2 into theta. Then after that M3 we will be having 3 E3 I3 upon L3 theta, that will be equal to K3 into theta, and after that we will be having M4, that is equal to 4 E4 I4 upon L4 theta, that is K4 theta. So, basically I want to say that this moments will be in proportion only. You can see over here, that is m1 is to m2 is to m3 is to m4 is to double is to k1 is to k2 is to k3 is to and k. So in this way, when we are having a several members at a particular joint, the moments are in particular fractions, proportions. Okay. So you can see over here, the m1 will be equal to stiffness of that particular member, that is k1, and dividing it by the stiffness of the overall member, means k1, k2 and k3. In this way, we can find a particular moment at m1 at particular member. A moment applied at a joint where several members meet will be distributed among the members in proportions to the stiffness. In this proportion to the stiffness only, the moment will be distributing. You can see over here, we have generalized formula of m1 at particular member m1. The moment will be equal to k1 upon summation of k into the overall moment. Okay, and here the distribution factor will be k1 upon summation k. Similarly, for member 2, the distribution factor will be k2 upon summation k. For member 3, it will be k3 upon summation k, and k4 it will be equal to k4 upon summation k. Okay. Now we are moving towards a very important term in our analysis, that is a fix and moment. We have to find the fix and moment of a particular member. Okay. And particularly whatever the beam we will be having, it will be having varying conditions. Either it can be fixed, it can be either hinged, and the loading on this member will be also varying. Means it can be either uniformly varying load, it will be having a concentric load. You can see over here we have the concentric load P that is acting at the center. So if we are having a beam which is having the length L, and at the center at L by 2 distance from both the joints, if we are having a point load P, then from that the moment that we are getting will be minus PL by 8 on the left hand side, means that we are just naming it as A and B. So MAB will be equal to minus PL by 8, because the minus sign is only because we are considering the anti-clockwise as the negative. Okay, and on the right side, that is MBA, the moment will be PL by 8. Okay. Here we also have another condition, like whenever we are having the eccentric loading in a fixed beam. So we have a load P acting at distance A from A joint and at distance B from B joint. So whenever we are finding MAB, it will be equal to P AB square upon L square. And it is very much simple. Whenever we are finding MAB, we will be having AB square, and when we are find BA, means MBA, it will be equal to P A square B upon L square. Means we can say that when BA, we will be having the moment of P BA square upon L square. So in this way, we can find the fixed end moment for the point load which is acting eccentrically. Okay. Now moving towards the uniform distributed load. So we have a uniform distributed load which is having intensity Q over the overall length L. So at joint A, MAB, fixed end moment at joint A will be equal to minus QL square upon 12, and on the B, MBA, it will be equal to QL square upon 12. On the left hand side, it is acting in a anti-clockwise. In anti-clockwise, we are considering negative, so we are providing the negative sign. And on the right side, it is occurring the clockwise direction. So clockwise direction, we are considering it as a positive. Okay. So whenever we are having a UVL, uniformly varying load, at that point MAB will be equal to minus Q0 L square upon 30, and whenever on the right hand side, whenever we are having this uniformly varying load, on the right hand side, the moment will be positive Q0 L square by 20. Okay. We also have another condition when we are having a moment at the center, means not at the center but at a particular distance from one point, and means one support, and at another distance from the another support. Means we are having, in particularly over here, we are having a moment MA at a location such that it is at a distance A from the point A, and it is at a distance b from support B. So MAB will be equal to M0, sorry, the moment is designated as M0. So M0B into 2A minus B upon L square, and on the right side it will be M0A upon 2A minus 2B, M0A into 2B minus A upon L square. So in this way we can find the fixed end moment for the different conditions. So we are ending this session. Let's catch more topics in the next session. Thank you. So here we are ending our session. Hope you have liked the session. We have discussed each and every topic in brief and also in detail. We have discussed each and every topic's practical application also. So thank you for attending the session, and if you have any kind of a doubt, if you have any kind of a query, then you can send me your doubts and queries in mail. My mail is in my YouTube channel. Do check into my YouTube channel, like it, share it, and again thank you for attending this session. See you in the next session. Thank you.